Good morning, everyone. I have totally lost track of time, so I do apologize for that. So we're doing a spread for this month, June, for all the star signs. So I've laid the cards out for each star sign here, and to collaborate, we're gonna add a couple of 3 cards or so more onto each card for each star sign to collaborate a little bit on this month. So here I've got one for Aries, so we'll see. I'll put 3 on here. Let's go put 3 on for each card. Let's do that. So that would be for Tauruses. That would be for Gemini. That would be for Cancer. That's for Leo. That's for Virgo. Libra. Scorpio seems to have the full cards out, so I'll leave them, let them have full cards. Sagittarius. Capricorn. Aquarius. And Pisces. And Pisces. Okay, let's see. So June for Aries. Aries has got a full card, which means Aries will be this month feeling that they jump into something unknown. It's a feeling where you can't stand on the edge of the cliff any longer, and you're sort of thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to jump, whether I know what's there or not. I'm just gonna have to risk it. This card encourages you taking your risks, and this card's encouraging you to trust and have a free fall into unknown. And to collaborate this, you have 3 cards gone for you. And it is to do with a choice. I think this month you have to have a choice. It's to do with finances. Also, there's a King of Pentacles, which can represent a person in your life, or it could represent a characteristic of the card, which is stability, it's finances. I mean, sometimes it could be authority as a bosses. But basically in here, it's going to be unknown. Maybe some of you will consider a new job in this month, or perhaps you're going for the interviews or whatever. You will have to make a choice and then jump for it into unknown. So yes, that's for Aries. It's finances, work, and making a choice around this area of your life, and making a free fall for it, taking a risk and test it out. Okay, so June for Tauruses. Put that here for now. June for Tauruses. Lovers, which means this month for Tauruses will be all about putting a points with your loved one, with your partner. Maybe come to some sort of agreements if that you haven't agreed with something. You know, there's an issue going on. You're finally gonna nail it and say, right, we're doing this, or we're not doing that. So it's all to do with making the points. And for Tauruses, oh my goodness, this is the best cards ever. You know, you need to have this you need to have this chat with one another, because it leads to wonderful things. You have 3 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. It's all to do with celebrations. It's all to do with family. It's all to do with happiness and love. So Taurus's June is a bliss, really. It seems to be a really, really lovely cards for June for Taurus. So you're going to enjoy home, you're going to enjoy happiness. Some of you might even have a proposals because of, or christenings to go to, or weddings to go to, or perhaps, as I said, it's a proposal to you. So because there's a celebration on an intimate level, on a personal level, to do with the heart matters. So wonderful, yeah. So you'll have it's all about you, your partner, and the outcome of it all, which is a positive one, all for you in June for Tauruses. So good news. Gemini. Gemini has got card of dishonesty, or something that's not really revealed to you fully. Which is not necessarily a pleasant card when things are hidden from you, or perhaps it's you that's hiding something from someone. It could be a book could be on the other leg or whatever, or foot or whatever. So it's a card of hiding something. It's a card of not actually showing the whole picture. So keep your eyes aware, keep your eyes open, be aware that something might be going on behind the scenes that you haven't been told about, really. And the 3 cards to collaborate on it, it's you have 2 major arcana cards, which is quite a big thing. Devil, Moon, and you have 2 of Cups, and it's to do with your partner. So, dear Tauruses, I think you'll have what am I talking about? It's not Tauruses, it's Gemini, I beg your pardon. So Geminis might have a little bit of a sticky moments with their partners at the moment. So it's basically things might be very good between you two, but it's the devil always represents the situation where it's voluntarily suffering. Perhaps those that with your partner, you're perhaps going through the same loop or the same predicament. Where your bad habits, or they'll come out, basically. You know what's you know what not to do, or well, I knew this was going to happen, you always do this, or she, or I'm always doing this, and then I don't get any appreciations or whatever. So basically what's happening in here is just say, well, you don't have to do it, but you do it. So devil is like that. He will show you that you're doing it actually quite voluntarily. Whether you like it or not, you go through the same routines, or the same, which are not always serving you. So that's what he's saying. Obviously the good habits are brilliant, but if there's any habits or patterns in your relationship which drives you mad, devil will show you that you're actually in for it voluntarily. So, and the moon is another major arcana, showing not quite know what to do about this loop. And the moon advises you, don't do anything until you're absolutely sure. So if something drives you mad, perhaps you should discuss it, of how you can resolve it. How you can have both of you needs met without the conflict, and you can make peace on it. So I think this is all about June for Gemini, is to making peace with your partner about things that are driving you both mad. So good luck. Right, okay. Next it will be Cancer. Cancer has got all the heart matters. It's Ace of Cups, which means it's all to do with heart matters. It's a lovely, beautiful feeling. It's a new start of a relationship. June will bring you lovely, lovely, heartfelt times. And what to collaborate it is you have 1 major arcana, which is Temperance, and you have 8 of Wands, and you have 7 of Wands. And this card suggests, I'll start with Temperance because it's a major arcana, to keep the balance, to go with the flow, jump into unknown. And there's going to be a quick turnaround of events in June for Cancers, and you have to put an effort into work it in for you, for your favor. So whatever Cancerians are doing this month, in June, it requires patience, and be prepared for something quickly enter your path. Something quickly going to change, and you will it will demand your attention, it will demand your effort to work on it for your heart content. That all this work and all these changes is for your benefit, Cancerians, because you have a cup of Ace of Cups, and that means it's a wonderful heartfelt times, a really nice heart. It's a happiness, so it's fulfillment really. If you do all these things, as I said, the high temper saying, keep a balance, go with the flow, embrace the quick change, and work on yourself, and it will pay off in your state of soul. So that's for Cancerians. Now Leo. Leo has got Five of Cups, which suggests it's a little bit of on a down feeling. Something perhaps didn't go quite according to plan. Maybe, lots of Leos put some effort into something, however, it's not paying off. But please don't, don't be too upset or disheartened, because the Three of Cups, we could see that the 3 cups are empty and they fell down and spelled the contents, but then there's a 2 cups here behind his back that he can't see, actually filled full and stands strong, which suggests not all lost. Just need to be a bit of a faith really uplift, and to collaborate about it is this. And you also, Leo, have got a Hermit, a major arcana card, which is Hermit, and it suggests that with that feeling of a bit of a setback of some sort, you will go within yourself. You will isolate yourself from everything, and thinking of a new project. So June will be all about new strategy of how to face certain situation in your life. You will make plans for it. You will, while you in your within moment, while you being a hermit, so to say, to the world, you will use that time, which is quite wise as well, to change your strategy, to think of another plan, to build a new project, to do all these things to meet your needs, to, as I said, to get to your goal. If it's not that way, you'll get it the other way. So June is all about new strategy for fulfillment of your plans, which left you a little bit disheartened, but please don't, because all these things will change the game for you. Okay, so let's go for Virgo. Virgo, as usual, work. Not all work, I hope, but it's all good because work is there, which is good. So the money is there, which is also good. And Virgo has got 2 major arcanas to collaborate, and Ace of Pentacles, which suggests a new beginning or a new sort of plan for financial situation. The 2 major arcana cards is Justice, Justice and Chariot, which means the card suggesting you for June this month to make it an important choice. Do not rush to make it. It's all to do with probably it'll make your money work for you better. And a justice obviously will be done. So these 2 cards suggest they go hand in hand together. Think, weigh everything, so read the small prints, and then make a decision. Justice will be with you. It's all to do with money for Virgus. So it's obviously something that you need to cover with your, you need to give it your undivided attention, your undivided thoughts to make this choice work for you. So whether it's a legal matter, maybe you'll be thinking about wills, maybe you'll be thinking about housing, maybe you'll be thinking about work or investment or shares, whatever it is for Virgus. It's all to do with money. It is to make a choice and then go for it, and a justice will be done. So that's the important message for Virgos this month for June. Libras. Libras has got a Page of Pentacles, which is also a news on the money front, but it's more of a possibility or chance, or a little text message, or a little oh, I've overheard somebody needs so and so, and it might be beneficial for you financially, would you be interested? So basically things like that for Libras. In June, new possibilities, new work possibilities, new money possibilities, new, perhaps some of you do something, so it's a possibility you're going to get it this year, this month, or you'll hear about it anyway. And 3 cards to collaborate, they really strong. You also have 2 major arcana cards, which is the Empress, a card of fertility and success, and the Tower, the card of something drastically coming to the end very unexpectedly and quick. And the other card, that not major arcana, is 9 of Cups, which is a lovely cup. It's a family cup, it's a couple cup. It's all to do with a heartfelt state of mind. It's beautiful. It's a loving card. So it looks to me like something were happening to pay off or give you rewards for something, because Empress is a rewarding card. I mean, in ladies it very often comes as a pregnancy and childbearing, and also it comes if it's about business or home arrangements or anything. It's fruitfulness, it's success, it's fertility. So whatever it is, it will magnify and multiply it. So for business, it's a brilliant card because it's going to be flourishing and it's going to reap you wonderful many rewards. So it's a fruitful business. However, the Tower put a span into works, which means something, it will not go according to plan. So there probably will be a very good chance of you to have the harvest somewhere in your life, but then it'll be taken away in respect of it's not going, it's not going to happen, not at least not now anyway. So be aware of that, Libras. Something is not going to go according to plan in June for you. However, it's not, whatever we have in our lives, this usually leads us to something that we actually do want to have, rather than have illusion we want to have something. So we're always on the right path. That's what I was trying to say. So something in your home life, Libras, it'll be drastic change of events this month. So be aware and be ready. Okay, so Scorpio had 4 cards and I've left it as that. So Scorpio have got this 9 of Wands cards. I think Scorpio actually went through quite a lot of things. The amount of readings I've been doing for Scorpios, and they all suggest that was a very difficult time for them, in fact, recently. And the lunar and solar eclipses that we had affected them quite strongly. So let's see, this card that came out as a theme or overall thing on the Scorpio for June is 9 of Wands, which means they have done so much they really can't do anymore. and they shouldn't really. I think this is it, Scorpios. I think you should, you've done all you possibly can and you still standing, thank God. The strength you all have is amazing, Scorpios. I've never known such a strong star sign, but we all know what Scorpios is like. So it's all to do with still standing after putting so much effort into it. It wasn't an easy time for you. Right, so in here we have 4 cards to corroboration. You have got 1 major arcana card, which is Judgment Day, which means things will reveal itself very unexpectedly, in a very dramatic and sudden ways. Basically, somebody switching the lights on while you were in a dark room somewhere and you had no clue where you were until the light went on and what's around you. So in June, it's quite a happening place. a time for Scorpios. Making a choice of some sort of what to do. Total stab in the back moment, total pain. At the moment, I don't want to be negative or anything like this, because it's not negative, it's actually telling you what is there. The judgment day will put the stop to it, because the judgment day will reveal, look what is happening, look what's going on, you cannot carry on like this, it's not right. So it's a realization that perhaps, and showing you something you haven't seen or overlooked or was hidden from you. It will all come to light, and you will make a really healthy decision afterwards based on that true facts and the raw truth that this is it, you're not having this anymore. And it is the card of a 9 wands tells me, it explains to us that it's going to, you're going to start doing a new, carry on without all that, and carry on in the manner you set out to carry on after this realization. So definitely a good month for you to take a turn of events and make it move on from there, and actually start living how you feel you should be living, how you feel you should be, where you should be going in life and stuff like this. So you leave all the hurt behind you, which is really great news. Okay, so we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is moving away from a painful situation this month. That I think Sagittarius is ready to move on with all the lessons that has been learned from it. And they've got one major arcana in cards of collaboration for this month for Sagittarius. It's a star, which means also keep the balance, make a wish. All the wishes also often come true when you make a wish on a shooting star, whatever. So this card suggests to you that although you're moving away from a painful situation or unfulfilled situation, there is a fertile land ahead of you. So it's only right to move from where it doesn't serve you anymore. It's only right to move land that is not fertile to build your home where the land is fertile, and it will work for you. So that's the star telling you not to be down in the dumps. It actually telling you, well done for making this change. And yeah, it urges Sagittarius to keep an eye on their finances, budget better, make the money work for you. Do not overspend. Do not do silly things with money in respect of I can do this. Yeah, we all should take. We should not worry about things. I mean, like when we take a breath in, we don't worry about letting the exhale in. We don't worry about letting the breath out, because we know the new one will follow. It is also the same with finances, but not to the degree where you just overspend for the sake of it, or because you've been a bit of extravagant, and there's just no need for that. That's not love for money. That's just it's mistaken for love for money. It's actually not love for money at all. It's not knowing how to have a relationship with money. So I'm not suggesting you do. There are going to be Sagittarians that do, and there are Sagittarians that don't. All it's saying to you is have a balance. Well done for moving away from unfertile to fertile. Make the money work for you. Invest in only what's going to pay off well for you, and start anew. Start anew with the land where, as I said, where the place where it will pay off and work for you well. So that's for June for Sagittarius. Capricorns. Capricorns come out as the Lady of Swords this month. It is all about sharpness. It's all about nothing will miss your eye. You won't miss any trick at all. It's a very straightforward, raw speaking lady, and she will tell you how things are, basically. And there you are. We have got 3 cards to collaborate, which is really interesting. It's King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and one major arcana, the World. Well, the World is often a travel, and it's a possibility for Capricorn to actually go abroad. Abroad, it could be holiday, it could be anything, but the King of Swords and Queen of Swords, it's very it's interesting because it's the second time the King of Swords, so it's all about being honest. It's all about to speak your truth with an unapologetic manner. You should not apologize for who you are, because you are meant to be here. And it's all about taking care of things. Perhaps if there's a doctor appointments, make sure you go to them. But it's not even so much of a doctor's or anything like this. It's all about being absolute real and speak it. And the world, as I said, some of you might planning to go on holiday, but it also could be transformation of your life. With such a sharpness, you might want to change things in your life quite swiftly and quite unexpectedly for all. Just decide to do something totally different, but you will be saying about it you'll be saying about it straight. You're not going to be fuffing it up and stuff like this. You're just going to say it how it is. So for June, for Capricorns, it's all about straight talking. It's all about having this attitude: I am this, and this is who I am, and this is how it is. And if you do want to help somebody, or if you want to help yourself, you will have to be quite straight about it and go through far lengths to get that. As I said, the world card represents represents far distances, and it's not just far distances physically as traveling, but it's also could be traveling on a mental, soulful way. So quite a big, strong turnaround for Capricorns on June. Okay, so Aquarius is me as well. Aquarius is starting a new project and feeling quite, involved in it, really. So we have got 10 of Wands, and you can see the man trying to carry this new baggage in, not baggage, or materials with what he or she is going to build a new home, a new surroundings, a new habitat, for themselves. So this month, this June, for us Aquarians, and my fellow Aquarians, it's all about rebuilding or building something new, building new way of living, building new way of home, building new life. I suppose it's like a new project started, made the decisions, and you decided to go for it. And let's see what the collaboration is. And collaboration is successfully changing a sphere of work. So yes, it's absolutely in unison with that card, basically. Definitely changing your work with success, I'm glad to say. The change of plans that we have made or will be making in this month, definitely paying off. It's leading us to a totally different place. Yeah, might be financially feeling a little bit, I'm not sure. I've dropped this to get this, but it might not pay that much. Well, don't worry, because it's a process. It's not a final outcome, is it? It's not a final result. So it's a process. So be mindful of finances, budget well, see where your money goes, see how you want, what you can do to make it work better for you. But definitely change of work for the better, and making a new life for yourself for the better, which is brilliant. Whoop whoop, us Aquarians. Okay, so last but not least is Pisces. Pisces have got Knight of Swords, and it's a card, again, as I said, it could represent a person in your life, or it could represent a quite quick event, because anything to do with swords is quick, sharp, swift. Nothing's missed, they just go for it. So perhaps it will be quite a quick and eventful and sharp turn of events month for you, June for you, Pisces. And the 3 cards collaborating, this is quite interesting. there is an element of what if, and what if this and what if that. So quite a few of you living in a little bit of a uh, worry stage, you know, like what if this happens, what if that happens, and there is a conflict brewing. So this month, be ready for conflict, because that's probably what you're fearing. Perhaps you're fearing for the conflict to appear before you, but by hiding this was brewing or ignoring what's brewing, it's not actually stopping this energy building up more. And eventually, when energy build up its momentum, just like a volcano or geyser, it will burst and it will go. So the more you suppress this, or the more you suppress, or you're trying to ignore or worry about and not bringing that up, the more you're trying to avoid the conflict, the more the conflict will be stronger when it does come about. And a Queen of Cups, which is a third card, suggests that you ought to well, you could suggest another person also, lady, you know, in your life, about this matter. If we're looking on a smaller scale of things, it could be you having a row with someone or confronting them with someone. Or on a bigger scale, it means that after this huge confrontation that you were so keen to avoid or were worried about bringing it to attention, it's the time to actually heal yourself and take time out and nurture yourself after this upheaval. And my heart lays more towards that, really. So I'm going to read these cards this way, although obviously, as I said, possibility of small hiccups can happen, but on a bigger scale, because we're all different, we'll have different things happening in our lives. Even if we're the same star signs, there could be different scales of things that are happening. So on a scale that I'm reading it in is all about change of events, worrying about avoiding a conflict in June. But by avoiding a conflict, you're only making it bigger, and it will burst, and it will happen. The conflict will happen, and you better off nourishing yourself and healing yourself. Take all the lessons you needed to take from it in order to move on. So to be honest with you, the less you worry about it and try to avoid it, the better it is in the long run. I believe never ever ever build up any energy. Let it go. Okay, so there you are, guys. This is our June for us. Let's hope we take everything on board, and let's hope we make it all work for us to the best of our ability. And until the next time.